Appalachia. Let's talk everything about Appalachia and beyond. Your hosts, Lee, Tiff, and Jay. Look, that's an if I ever saw one. Look at this. Look, come here. No, come here, Sean. Jeez.
Get it right.
Anyway, and here is your host, Lee, Tiff, and Jay.
About time you got it right.
Hello, and welcome to the show. This is Jay. Unfortunately, there's no Lee, and there's no Tiff. However, I do have a guest that you're all familiar with. And who might that be?
Hi, I'm Lawrence. I'm back, kids.
Hey, it's Lawrence.
By popular demand.
LB, my hero. He's here today.
Well, thank you.
Yes, welcome. I'm going to adjust my mic here real quick. There we go. There it is. So, guess what?
What's that?
That's right. There is a jackpot out there worth winning. I didn't know if you knew this, but I knew this because I've been playing it, and I keep losing. It's the Powerball. Rolls over to $478 million come this Saturday night.
So, after taxes, it's sort of like 250.
Who cares?
I know, but still.
But what would you do? Because, I know what Lee would do. Lee would probably buy a bunch of hot dogs, and, that would be Lee. He would definitely be the hot dog guy, and he would buy millions of dollars worth of hot dogs. Tiff would probably buy a new mountain bike and probably go on a huge excursion, probably along the Appalachian Trail.
She could buy a mountain.
Again. She would probably buy a mountain.
So she could exercise up the mountain.
That's exactly
Yes.
what Tiff would do. So, hot dogs for Lee and a mountain for Tiff. But what would you do, Mr. LB, what would you do with such millions of dollars? What would you do?
Well, I found that my life is the best when my wife is happiest. And I know she wants to start a fund or a program where it helps cats, like a cat ranch.
Oh.
Where it would be, no, not like the cat house in Vegas.
Oh, darn.
No,
That's
no.
what I was thinking. I was like, sweet.
No, meow.
Finally.
Little fuzzballs.
Okay.
And a large place where people can go and adopt them. And she's very, very big into animal rights.
That's cool.
I'm really simple. I have most of the things that I already want.
Really? Like, you wouldn't be like, okay, I'm going to go on a trip, I'm going to buy a house, I'm going to do this improvements. Because for me, I know I would definitely fix my house, pay the mortgage off, pay my mom's mortgage. That's probably it. 'Cause that's
I'd
the
like to
only
make
people
a
I
film or two.
I might make a movie about my life that no one will ever want to watch.
I don't know about that.
I don't know.
You've had some really interesting stuff.
I've done some cool
I've
things.
seen some equipment that has felt your wrath.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Talking about our baseball days, yeah, definitely the baseball days. There's equipment that never worked or stopped working after I got my
You
hands on it.
climbed up there like Spider-Man
I
in the
have.
hot heat.
Oh, yeah, that was miserable. In case anyone's wondering, we're talking about the big video board at Appalachian Power Park. I think it was on its 10th year there. And, over time, things break down. And I've definitely have I think I would actually buy them a new video board.
You stayed up there for 6 innings.
I did stay up there for 6 innings trying to.
And you were still yelling at people in the booth. It was
was.
hysterical.
Over radio. Turn it on! Turn it on! Turn it on!
Oh,
Hit
goodness.
go! Anyway,
that's some
but
great stuff.
I would probably buy them a new video board.
You wouldn't buy the West Virginia Power.
No, I probably would buy the Power, and then I'd fire everyone I didn't like, which is about probably 80% of all of them.
They like me. I like them too. It's weird.
Oh, no.
It's really weird.
I like them. The 20%.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there's people. I can stand them. I can say hi and be civil. But I really is about 80% of the people that work there I do not like.
Am I part of the 20 or 80?
You're part of the 20.
Okay, thank goodness. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah. There's about probably 2 or 3 full timers that I like, and there's about probably a handful of part-timers I like. But overall, I would probably get rid of about everybody else. I don't know. I can't truly say that.
Go Power.
Maybe. Go Power.
Go
I
Power.
love the Power.
Mm-hmm.
The Power's good. But, I mean, I think I would buy the team. I would buy the team just out of spite. Yeah.
Charleston's
I like
this
the
really
team.
weird place. Like, we're in West Virginia, coal mine central. People are really hardworking. And then you go to Charleston, it's sort of this weird music, entertainment, kind of cool, jazzy place.
Yeah.
And then you got the Power, like, kind of right in the middle of it.
It's
So
cool.
That's a good investment
I
for
think
you.
I would probably actually buy the team, and then I would take 2 of the suites, bust down the wall, have myself an owner's suite, and then I would buy one of the cool, like, what do you call it? One of the cool buildings across the street there. One of the cool flats over there. And I would basically I would have a party every night.
Then you would put them under the Giants.
Well, yeah.
You would use your financial influence to put them under the Giants.
Right.
Jose Canseco would make that possible.
I would be okay with the fact. I would be okay with the fact that it was still the Pirates. I'm okay with the Pirates.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm a big, huge San Francisco Giants fan, but I mean, I'm okay with the Pirates. I am.
It's weird. The Giants are your team, and the Athletics are my team. That's so weird.
That is funny. That
and we're in West Virginia.
Yeah, that's odd. But have you ever been in Oakland, California? I mean, have you ever been out in that
No,
area?
I haven't been in Oakland, but I've been in places like Rancho Mirage because that's where my wife used to live, and I went out there and visited her and was pimping on my wife before I married the wife. Yes,
pimping at the wife, the cat house.
That's right. The cat house wasn't too far away, actually.
Hey, now, but that's what I would probably do, and I think I would probably give some money back to to West Virginia. I mean, in general, like especially the flood relief effort. Because even though people have been giving. They're still going to need so much more for the next, 10 years to come, probably in that area. I mean, I say 10 years. I mean, that's probably too much.
West
to say.
Virginia,
but maybe
has
over the next
suffered.
year or two, they're gonna need it.
Such devastating stuff has happened over and over and over again, and this probably is the worst.
Oh yeah.
Because so many people are already impoverished, and now.
You think because I heard Herbert Hoover High School needed $12 million. If I won the lottery,
I played football there. It's so weird.
Not weird.
Not for Hoover, but on the field.
On the field.
Yes.
So if I won all that money, maybe you and I should buy the school. But would think they would name Herbert Hoover High School after us?
Herbert Hoover sucks as the president, so yes.
Okay.
He was a bad president, so yes.
So would we call it the J. Lawrence High School?
Or the John Quincy Adams High School.
John Quincy.
I'm a John Quincy Adams man. That's my
Are
guy.
you really?
Yes.
Oh, well, okay.
That's my political philosophy is John Quincy Adams.
That's a good one. Not a whole lot of people like Quincy, though.
I know that. He was a bad president, but he was like 100 years ahead of his time.
I would have to say so. I mean, but everyone in Europe loved him.
Yes.
And the cat houses loved him, too.
And the people on the Amistad loved him. But the cat house, yeah. He did swim naked in the river during his presidency.
I'm sure he did.
He streaked naked a lot. It was really
And when he
funny.
got out, he said, "It was the pool. It was so cold. I just got out of the river."
Sometimes truth is stranger than fiction. Sometimes.
It's true. That's what happens when I get out. So, but having said that, I met with some West Virginians, some local guys from the band The Horse Traders.
Good people.
Yeah, they're good people. And they did a couple of charity events, and one of them, for which they were with, they teamed up with a bunch of other bands, and they raised about $12,000 for the West Virginia relief effort. So I thought, what a better time to do now but to interview them. So I went ahead and interviewed The Horse Traders, a cool band that we'll hear later in the show. And let's get to know our friends, The Horse Traders, and here they are. All right, here I am with Jeremy Roberts of the Horse Traders. Tell me all the members of your band. What are their names and where are they all from?
Well, we got Travis Egner on lead guitar. He's from Hurricane. We got Patrick Stanley on rhythm guitar and lead vocals. He's a Huntingtonian lifelong. We have Brandon Mooney on bass, and he's an Ashland, Kentucky boy but lives in Huntington.
A Kentucky guy.
A Kentucky guy, yeah. There's lots of blue and white in the house, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Hey, so how did the Horse Traders name come about?
Well, Travis and I, we played music together for a long time before starting the Horse Trader thing, and it always seemed like coming up from poor upbringing that there was always other ways to acquire things other than paying for them or stealing them. So we would literally horse trade our way into things, whether it be musical instruments or cars or, in Travis's case, a house. So,
oh, wow.
Things like that. Horse trading for real.
I hear you. So how long have you guys been together as a band?
Right now, the format that we're in right now has been together for a little over a year, and then the Horse Traders itself has been going on for about 2.
Well, that's great. I remember a couple years ago when you guys started, you guys sounded great. You came out with some great songs, you and Travis. And what's the new single for you guys? You guys have released out now. What's your new album?
The new EP is called I Don't Mind, and that's the title track. And then the other hot one off that one is Hey Carolina.
Carolina. How'd that song come about?
That was one of the first songs that we had written together as the band. And it's kind of one of those things, like they always say, the best ones come out quick. And we were at a rehearsal and just kind of jamming around, and it was like, I got this line, or whatever. Like, what can we put there? And like, That's it.
Well, I don't mind your music at all, but tell me about I Don't Mind. What about that? How did you guys come up with that song?
That's funny because the day that we went into the studio to record this EP, we actually wrote that song that day. So
Really?
It was recorded the day it was written. So the track that you hear is probably only like the 9th or 10th time that we had all played it together, and then hit record and it came out. We're like, sweet, that works.
That's awesome. I remember just recently you guys were doing a charity event for the West Virginia flood victims. Tell me a little bit about that and how much you guys raised for the victims of the West Virginia flood relief.
That was a heck of a night. A fella from Huntington named Ian Thornton, who manages a lot of really good music groups, put this thing together last minute. It was on a Tuesday at the V Club in Huntington, and we had Tyler Childers, Ona, Of the Dell, Jeremy Short's new music project. Of course, we played on it, and I know there's some other acts that I'm missing because it was just a crazy night. William Matheny played on it. And I think there was 10 or 12 acts on it total, and everybody had like 30 minutes to run through. And on that Tuesday, we had around 600 people in and out throughout the whole night.
That's awesome.
Ended up with 12 grand.
12,000. That's impressive.
We literally bought everything Lowe's had and loaded it back up in a truck and took it to where it needed to go. It was a good thing. Ian Thornton was the guy behind all of that arranged it, and he did a super good job.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. Now, if the fans here want to listen and pull more of your music, how do we find the Horse Traders online? How do you find your music?
www.thehorsetraders.com.
All right. Anywhere else?
Well, we're on Facebook as The Horse Traders, and I know that we've got stuff on Bandcamp and Twitter and all that stuff too, but the cooler guys and more tech-savvy dudes in the band take care of that stuff. But there's links to all of it on the website.
All right, so that was the Horse Traders. That was Jeremy over there with the Horse Traders, and like I said, pretty great band. And again, later in the show, we're going to hear their new single, I Don't Mind. So anyway, have you heard them in concert?
I haven't
before?
heard the Horse Traders, but I did actually film Jeremy Roberts live playing and singing. He has a really smooth musical style.
He does. No, Jeremy's very talented in guitar and drums and everything else. So my hats off to the Horse Traders, and again, we'll listen to them again at the end of the show. Anyway, I want to move forward. We have the Town of the Week, and the Town of the Week this week is going to be Huntington, but not the whole city of Huntington. I decided to do just a part of the city of Huntington. And the reason for that is because Huntington's such a big place. So last week I went to the Old Central City, which is basically the antiques capital of West Virginia. And a very cool place. You ever been over there to the antique capital?
I have been to the antique capital. They
What'd
have
you
all
think?
sorts of interesting things. During my class on historic preservation, I got to see washing machines from almost every decade. You could see the evolution of them from the 20s to the 30s to now.
That crazy?
Yeah, it is. You saw old barber stuff, like razors that still probably could
Did
cut
you see
my
the
throat.
old lady with the little chipboard? Just
So strange.
No? Did you see that at all? Was that part of it?
No, but I did see pictures of that.
Oh, wow.
I got
Okay.
to see a school, which was like in the 1880s, the 1890s. It looked like a little chapel, but it was still really
wow.
nice. Yeah, really interesting stuff.
Well, not only that, but near the area, I guess there's an old little Harvey something school up there, up in that area. But also, they have the Museum of Radio and Technology up in that area, that part of
That's
town, I
amazing.
should say. And you know what? They're celebrating 25 years of being there.
That's amazing.
Isn't it crazy? I mean, if anyone's ever been, it is basically a museum of old radios. Anything from that was a radio from like the 1900s, 1910s, 20s, 30s, all the way up until now. And they have old studios, old record players, and they just had everything. I mean, everything. They even have an old stage that they want to do some variety shows out of. So I'm real excited to see what the future of the Museum of Radio and Technology do.
It'd be interesting to have someone do like a live performance of a book or a radio show.
Ooh, well, they are. They want to be like the Opry, but the Opry of Huntington, West Virginia. They're going to actually have a stage. I think the old gymnasium of this Harvey Elementary School that used to be up there, and that's where they're located at. And anyway, they're turning it into a variety show.
Wow.
And they're going to have a small AM
That's
dial.
brilliant.
and then they're going to have it a little stream it live on the computer, so everyone can go on their computer and find it and listen to it and all that stuff. So Huntington has the Museum of Radio Technology. You have the Antiques Capital of West Virginia, and Lee would love this. This is probably why he's not really here. He's probably prepping for this. But they're also having the Hot Dog Festival, the annual Hot Dog Festival in Huntington this weekend. I'm pretty excited.
Some friends
about
of mine actually own a place called Midway West in Huntington, who was featured on television.
Really?
They have the best hot dogs I've ever had. I can't eat them anymore because I'm trying to eat correctly and not do
Well,
things.
I'm not. And
But
neither is Lee.
It's great. It's a small family-owned business.
That's cool, man.
They do a good job.
They used to have hillbilly hot dogs out there. I don't know if they still do. I don't think they do. But, it's the Day of the Dog. And so they have little weenie dog races. I just want to see little weenie dogs race around.
Dachshunds?
Yeah, little dog, little weenie dogs.
Oh, okay.
They're like hot dogs with 4 legs and a tail, I guess you could say.
Kristen
Put a
had
little
one.
mustard on them, and Lee would have a ball with them.
Kristen had one that attacked my feet once.
Oh,
Yeah.
should have made a hot dog out of them.
Well,
Ground
he
them
wouldn't
up.
let me, or she.
But the whole day, I guess it's going to happen this Saturday. And actually, it's downtown Huntington. They're Pullman Plaza there. And they are having the West Virginia Hot Dog Festival. I think it's the 12th annual. So they've been doing this for quite some time. And they have the Weenie Dog Race that starts at noon, which I'm pretty excited about, actually.
Are you going to be participating?
I'm not a weenie dog, but I
Okay.
will actually probably be watching. Because
I thought you were going to race said weenie dogs.
Well, if I had a weenie dog, I probably would.
No, I mean you physically.
Me
race the dog.
physically,
Yeah.
I would probably come in second or third.
Okay.
Against a weenie dog. Yeah, those things are fast, man. Don't let them fool you. They're fast little guys. And then there's also there's actual like hot dog eating contest. Which if you've ever seen them,
I've seen them on television.
they're gross.
Well,
There's nothing exciting.
There's
about
one
that.
Japanese guy who it was unbelievable. They do it as a sport.
Yeah,
Like they did the Nathan's hot dog eating contest, and he just Kobayashi. That was his name.
Yeah, but
Kobayashi.
Kobayashi's not even number 1 anymore. It's this white dude from I don't know, from some other random city in America.
Yeah.
And he eats like 65. I think he eats 70 hot dogs.
In
10 minutes, I think it is.
my gosh.
Can you imagine scarfing down?
70 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
No, I know Lee could eat 70 hot dogs.
I think Lee could
in
probably
an
do
hour,
20.
but in 10 minutes.
I could do 3 now. Actually, I couldn't do 1.
in 10 minutes.
Because
How
I'd
many
probably
could you
throw
eat?
up. 'Cause
How
I
many
can't-
could you eat in 10 minutes?
At my biggest, at my most in shape, I would say in 10 minutes I could probably do 8.
8.
I know, I'm pathetic.
I would probably do about 3. And I'd have chili on them with the West Virginia slaw and all that gross stuff.
I was
that
more of a
everyone does
wing
to 'em.
eater back in the day.
A wing
Yes.
eater?
Yes, wing eater.
So you're a buffalo wingy guy?
Yeah, there's a.
Or were you the barbecue buffalo guy?
No, I was the
If that makes any sense.
slightly spicy but rich
Ooh,
texture kind of guy.
Slightly spicy.
Yes, slightly.
That's how I like
Cat
them.
house.
Slightly spicy.
A slightly spicy cat house.
Are you a ranch or blue cheese guy?
Ranch.
I like to dib with the blue cheese every
You like
once
blue
in a while. I
cheese?
like to dab
You
with
like
blue.
it chunky?
I do. Sometimes I like it chunky.
We are diverting.
Back to the cat house.
Yes.
I do like them chunky. Anyway,
That's good.
it's true. Anyway, let me tell you. Remember we talked about earlier about the Powerball, right?
Yes.
All the millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell you a little story that I thought was pretty funny?
Please do.
Let me tell you a story. Anyway, it's called the Drug Bust of the Day, and it has something to do with the lottery. Anyway, this guy apparently won the lottery, and he made a very, 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 very bad decision. Anyway, this 45-year-old named Ronnie Music Jr., funny name, Ronnie Music Jr., of Georgia, had won $3 million in the lottery back in February 2015. Anyway, Ronnie didn't blow all of his money at once. Instead of choosing to invest it and keeping the money, and being smart about it, he unfortunately invested his money in starting a statewide meth operation.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So authorities seized more than $1 million worth of drugs, guns, ammo, and $600,000 in cash when they finally arrested him. So, yeah, if I won the 400, well, I don't know, after taxes, 250 million, whatever, 250 million, whatever, I would not be starting a meth operation.
I've got 2 or 3.
That's crazy. It's a huge epidemic in this.
I got 2 or 3 statements which sort of define my life and just the philosophy that I
Okay.
live by. One of them is very, very simple, and ladies and gentlemen, please follow this. Don't do meth.
Yeah, don't do meth.
That's
Yeah.
it. Don't do meth.
Don't do it.
Mm-mm.
And stay in school and learn how to do math instead.
That's right. And if you do meth, then your tones can't be sumptuous like mine.
That's true. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty much that's it for the news. I just thought, what a horrible way to invest your money. So again, if you have money to invest,
that's bad. If you're on addiction, go get help, please.
Yeah. Well, I guess he thought he could double his money. He was investing in a meth house.
Yeah.
I think if I was smart, I would probably. And there's no probably about it. I would actually really do this. I would actually start an operation of marijuana. I would open a pot farm.
Yeah, but marijuana's been in the news for positive things, like curing cancer.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
So, that's not terrible.
Because I could really see that's what the guy should have done in Georgia.
But the meth gods wouldn't let him do it.
No, apparently not. Apparently the demons were out there, and he just decided to keep going after him. So,
that's right.
But no, I would do that. I would think I would open. That's a good investment. I would actually probably, especially in the state of West Virginia.
It's going to be legalized within 50
it's
states.
Gotta be.
Give it within 5 years. There's too much money to be made.
Coal's disappearing.
Say you
might
win,
as well do something.
Say you win the
coal
lottery
area.
tomorrow. Just
Right,
go to
right.
Colorado, make a bunch of money, and then buy off all the judges and the government here,
Right.
and then do it yourself.
I would definitely have
Our officials
couple pot
love
farms.
money.
They definitely would.
Absolutely.
And they would love the pot we'd grow. They would enjoy it much.
Can you imagine watching the legislature's debate?
It'd be a whole lot cooler.
Yeah, man.
They could sit back and eat their hot dogs.
Yeah.
This
economy
and
needs
visit
hot
the
dogs,
cat
man.
houses that I would build.
Oh my goodness. If cat houses and marijuana came to West Virginia,
Oh, man.
this place would be the most profitable state
my God.
in the history of time.
That'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start playing those. Get the Powerball numbers and start playing the game.
That's right.
Let's do it.
And if you do win, let us know your designs of the cat house and said marijuana farms.
It's true. So here's a question for you, folks. If you win the lottery, win the big one, I want to talk to you on our radio program here at Laugh Appalachia. If you do, you can get a hold of us at all the great spots like laughappalachia@gmail.com, or you can send our friend Lee Hale something at leehalecomedy.com. And don't forget, if you want to hear any of their shows or broadcasts in the past, go to youtube.com and search Laugh Appalachia, and you can find how the show all started and more.
It's so simple. Once you type in the words Laugh Appalachia, you're a part of our world.
It's it.
Mm-hmm.
It is. You are a part of the world, and you are definitely part of it because you were there for day one. So always
I
excited.
was kind of.
You were very there much there.
Oh yeah, I was manning the controls.
But I always called you the voice of God.
The voice of at the
you
power
were in a
part.
different room. Well, no. When we first started the Lee and Tiff comedy show back in the day,
okay.
you were in the other room, and I could never see you because I was never in front of the window. I was kind of like tucked away in the back closet.
So it's
of the
fact-checking.
studio. Right. So I just kind of butt in and got to be a part of the show. And so every once in a while, I would hear this voice in my headset, and it was you, of course. So I called you the voice of God, and then of course, people that are religious across the Appalachia states were thinking, well, we probably shouldn't say God because you're not God. But I mean, I think
Everybody's so sensitive these days.
Some
It's terrible.
people are sensitive.
Well, I'll tell you
It's
what.
true.
The next time I do that voice of God thing, I'll do
Yeah.
it in British. I promise.
Oh, there you go.
Absolutely do it in British.
Oh, there you go.
Lancaster of the House Titmus, the voice of God on Laugh Appalachia radio show.
I love it.
Yeah, he is.
I see. I can't do that. When I do it, I mess it all up. I sound like I don't know.
Do you know how weird you have to be to do voices and to do acting? It's so absurd. I'm going to get on stage and I'm going to talk.
It's absurd to do this.
No, really. You have to stand
talk.
up and think that you are important enough for people to listen to your words. It's so
That's true.
absurd. Weird. Really weird. But I like it.
It's kind of like a radio program.
Yeah, it is.
People are actually listening to this. That's
They
great.
are.
I hope so.
Well, sumptuous tones and
The sumptuous tones
and the wrath of Jay Silverman.
Wrath of Jay
Yes.
Silverman. That's me. Speaking of the wrath, not the wrath of Khan.
Oh, no.
I had to do it. But there is Star Trek. Just released the new show, Star Trek. Or not the new show, but the new movie, Star Trek Beyond. The new side of Star Trek, I guess you could say, with actor Chris Pine and company.
And his pine nuts. That's what his fans are called.
What do they call them?
Pine nuts.
Pine. I am a pine nut.
You are?
I have to be.
Okay.
And I was like checking out what Chris Pine has been doing besides Captain James T. Kirk of the Enterprise.
Mm-hmm.
He's a busy guy. I mean, he is in Star Trek Beyond, which just came out like last weekend or so. And he is also in Hell or High Water. And he's in Wonder Woman.
That is.
When does this guy have the time to do that? I mean, he's out in outer space on a 5-year mission, and now he's in Wonder Woman?
He's Steve Trevor in Wonder
did he do
Woman.
that?
That's very important to the DC mythology.
It is? I
Although
know nothing about Wonder
they
Woman.
can get. Wonder Woman
I know
is.
nothing about it. I didn't know she's hot. She's like a hot girl in a bikini who's like some goddess with a cool rope, and I'd love to see her in a cat house. I really would.
She'd probably own the cat house.
But
yeah, Wonder Woman is actually the most important film within comics and action of probably the last 50 years. It's important. It empowers females. She's been around for a long time. And Gal Gadot, I'm not sure how it's pronounced. She actually was
She's hot.
Yes, she is.
Very hot.
A mom, Israeli military, and she's trained to do all this stuff for months. And she's actually a very good actress. People don't think so because they saw her in Fast and Furious, but I've seen her
hot.
foreign stuff. She's amazing.
Really? She's good.
Yes, very good.
So you love Wonder Woman?
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
I'm slowly becoming a big fan. I mean, I'm probably not as big.
And
as
she's
a fan
probably
as
going to take on Ares. Spoiler. Not really. I'm just making guesses.
I'm not really sure what that means either.
God of War.
I just know she's hot.
God of War.
Okay.
She's taking.
I just know that I am a Pine Nut fan.
The Cat House, Pine Nuts, and God of War.
Now I'm a Wonder Woman fan. I'm a Wonder Woman
should be.
fan. I should be.
It's really good.
Love to see her in the cat house. Anyway, I think that's about does it for our show, man.
Yeah.
It was kind of quick.
It flew by fast.
Very fast. So, having said all that, as promised, we're going to end the show with the band that we talked about earlier, the Horse Traders. Before we go, do you want to say anything else?
Folks, please donate to the flood victims. Some devastating stuff has happened. These people, a lot of them are in pain, physically, emotionally. Do whatever you can to help rebuild the structure of West Virginia. It's so important.
There you go. And I'm going to go eat some hot dogs and find the closest cat house. But while we do that, here is the Horse Traders trying to lead us off and their new single, I Don't Mind.
We're the Horse Traders, and this is a title track, I Don't Mind. Wait, that was off.
Alright, we'll try it again.
Okay.
What am I supposed to say?
This is the title track from our EP, I Don't Mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sounds good. Ready?
We're the Horse Traders.
And this is a title track from our EP, I Don't Mind.